What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Leo coming to you guys with yet another video. So today's video, I'm gonna be basically giving you my thoughts and opinions, and um, with this rumor of CM Punk possibly coming back to WWE. I'm gonna read this article, and then after I read the article, I'll give you my thoughts and opinions on do I think he should come back to WWE or not. So let's get into it. So it says WWE and CM Punk seems to be shockingly open to working together. Again, new reports have led fans to believe CM Punk hasn't been seen in a wrestling ring since All Out on September 4th, when he was alleged to have been suspended by AEW after a backstage altercation with the Young Bucks and Kenny Omega. There seems to be a holdup with CM Punk outright leaving AEW, which seems likely, which reports have stated is down to the fear that he could return to WWE. Is CM Punk returning to WWE? It's worth noting that no one is reporting that CM Punk is heading back to WWE or even wants to, but the recent reports do seem to suggest that he may be targeting a sensational return. Dave Meltzer noted in the Wrestling Observer that Punk is expected to leave AEW, with Tony Khan looking at a contract buyout. However, the hold up seems to be over a non-compete clause. AEW is in talks with CM Punk about the future, but right now it looks doubtful he will be back. So it's basically saying it's doubtful that he's probably going to return to AEW right now. So yeah, they are in talks with Punk about a buyout of the remaining years of his contract, which tells you that they are not looking to bring him back. The holdup right now is said to be the non-compete period. The report notes that the only wrestling company with the financial power to bring Punk in would be WWE. So it seems like AEW is worried about the prospect of him making a sensational return. Obviously, if the non-compete is an issue, it's about an interest in going to WWE, because there's no need for a non-compete otherwise, because nobody else but AEW and WWE can pay him close to what he is making. This would suggest that AEW is fearing Punk could go back to WWE, perhaps because he's giving someone an indication that he's interested in working with his former employers again. Once again, the idea was discussed by Russell Talk during one of the recent videos, which you can watch in the link down below. The report did note while Punk left WWE in 2014 due to issues with not just Vince McMahon but also Triple H, he could be brought back as a way to get one over on AEW, which is true. Meltzer explains that bringing Punk back into WWE could be Triple H's way of sticking it to the competition in the midst of the wrestling war between AEW and WWE. There are those in WWE who have been negative towards him, but it is a war, and the optics of looking publicly like they have taken Punk for AEW would be very significant. Triple H's whole game right now is about surprise debuts, and Punk would be the biggest possible for him to bring in for Impact. No pun intended. It's worth noting that the report that neither AEW or CM Punk would comment on the matter, but neither declined it, leading fans to believe there's some truth, as you can see below. So it just basically shows different people tweeting about the CM Punk. Do they think he should come back or whatnot? So basically, there is some truth to what I've been saying. When you think about if he wanted to go to any other company, the only other company that can really match, what he's making, or probably make more than what he's making, is WWE or AEW. Those are the only two companies that can honestly give him the money that he wants. Honestly. But when you think about it, WWE has more money than AEW, because WWE's been around for so much longer, so they can easily match his offer, no problem. And if they're really going through with this whole non-compete clause, yeah, I think there is some truth to that, because if you're Tony Khan, you don't want him to go to WWE, because if he goes to WWE, that's gonna be a huge loss on your hands, because yeah, I know that he has the way he kind of talks and where he acts, that's one thing. But you have to think about it. He's a huge rating draw nonetheless. So if you give that up, that's a huge rating draw that you're possibly going to be losing. And not only that, you could possibly be losing MJF as well, because MJF already made it clear that he probably will leave if the money's right. But that's for another day. But I think my opinion, do I think CM Punk should go back to WWE? Honestly, I would say yes and no. The reason I say yes is because, you know, he would give us some fresh matches. He could probably be in the mid card, give us some of these fresh dream matches that we've been wanting to see, like Seth Rollins, Cody Rhodes, Roman Reigns, maybe Brock Lesnar again, maybe Bobby Lashley. I don't know, but I think he's gonna be a ratings draw nonetheless. That's you can easily say that. But the thing is, the way he's been acting in AEW and all the things that he's been starting in the locker room, I don't know if you want to put that in your ballpark. If that makes sense. You don't want to put him in your company and then start things up with the locker room, because then that's just going to cause a whole bunch of turmoil. And I think the last thing you want is turmoil in your locker room where people can't get along, can't coexist. You don't want to have that one person who you know is probably going to start things up that you don't want to be started up, honestly. And I know his run in AEW, I mean, the debut itself, when he made his debut, I think that was probably the biggest moment. And like the feud that he had with, Darby, Eddie Kingston, and MJF, I think those are pretty much the standouts of, his run in AEW. His debut and the 3 feuds that we've got. That's only 4. Everything else has just been kind of on the downside, in that feud with Hangman Adam Page, and then this feud that he just came off over the Moxley. I think those kind of didn't do him any favors, honestly. And then the whole thing that took place at All Out, I think that definitely put probably the final note in the coffin for his time in AEW. Now, here's my thing. If he goes back to WWE, will I hate it? No. Because at the end of the day, Triple H, he wants to make an impact. He wants to make history. He wants to bring back these people who haven't got the opportunity to get over as they did. And at the end of the day, yeah, probably, Triple H and CM Punk can't get along. But the thing is, Triple H, he's a businessman, so he's going to put his personal feelings aside to do what's best for the fans, do what's best for the company. And if CM Punk is put what's best for the company to give him more ratings and get some butts in seats, he's going to do what he's going to do, honestly. And if you're looking outside of, his, the whole debacle and everything that happened at All Out and the whole media scrum, you have to understand, CM Punk, win, lose, or draw, he's a rating boost. He's gonna draw WWE ratings. He's gonna put butts in the seats because people are gonna say, like, oh, CM Punk is back. I want to see what CM Punk's gonna do. Who he's gonna feud with? Is he gonna go out for a championship? That, and the third, pretty much. And I think CM Punk will accomplish that. I just think if you bring him back, do I see him becoming world champion? No. I can see him maybe challenging, but I don't see him winning. If it was up to me, I would just say possibly, hang it up, maybe. Honestly, I mean, it's not that I'm hating on him, right? I mean, nobody's perfect. But the thing is, when you look for a company standpoint, you don't want to bring somebody in and then it ends up backfiring because they're, causing trouble backstage. And I don't think you want to put that on yourself. That's what I'm trying to say. That's all I'm trying to say. But when you think about ratings, on a business side of things, he's gonna bring in ratings. He's gonna draw money. He's gonna put butts in seats. He's gonna get people interested in whatever feud you put him in. That's what it comes down to. So, do I think he's gonna come back? Possibly. If there's any way I could see him possibly returning, maybe a surprise in the Royal Rumble. That's probably it. And maybe he starts up a feud with somebody leading into WrestleMania. That's kind of where I can see things taking place. But that's the end of this video, guys. Like, comment, subscribe to the channel if you are new. Hit the post notification bell so you know the time to post a new video, live stream, any type of video. We're on the road to 450 likes. 2 likes on this video. Also, comment down below, how do you feel about CM Punk? Do you think he's going to come back to WWE? What do you think he should do if he come back to WWE? Should he be on a full-time schedule, part-time schedule? Who would you like to see him feud with? Do you want to see him go after a championship? What kind of role do you want to see him in? Is pretty much what I'm saying. So leave that all down in the comment section down below. Also, I'll leave the article in the description if you guys want to go check it out for yourself. Also, go support my Cash App because we're trying to get everything in order for this trip to WrestleMania very soon, and also my apartment in a couple months. So anything helps. Just anything helps you guys. Anything is you guys want to contribute will be very appreciated. But that's the end of this video, and I'll see you guys in the next video.